of the group in which they, or the position out of the group they advance in. Let's see how it plays out. The bottom right hand side, our blue Terran player. This is Cass from Starcom. And in the upper left hand side, our red products from Armor Team, we've got ourselves ShoWTimE. Hey Danai, how's it going? Hashtag Night Shift Buddies. You tune in right for the end of the stream, Danai. Well, we've got one match left, so enjoy. Cass gonna play this not quite proxy Drax, but kind of hidden away barracks. Get a Reaper, float back home to get set up from there. And as you see, the probe for ShoWTimE is already scouting around. Funnily enough, doesn't go across the map, just checks the common proxy locations for this rack. So, thinking that something funky might be coming, in reality, it's not too crazy at all. As you see that probe coming over, dropping down the Nexus. So ShoWTimE pretty happy to expand here. Just go in Cybercore before Nexus. It's cool. The game has really changed up recently. The early game, not massively, but you know, there's been these little things like just going Cybercore then Nexus, rather than just Nexus into core, just to be a little bit safer in case it is some sort of a proxy or early aggression, which it is here. Cass has gone double cast, so he's gone into a factory, and the probe does find the barracks over here now. Reaper will be on that probe pretty much right away, but there's that rack lifting up, and it will head back into the main base. Again, this was more so to try and confuse ShoWTimE more than anything else, force an overreaction, but obviously there was no real overreaction made at all. ShoWTimE, I feel like these proxies and hidden raxes are going to start falling out of fashion over the next week. It's at that point now where they're already very well figured out. People know how to defend, people know what to look for and how to open without issue as well. Now Tech Lab comes on the factory, so going straight towards the Cyclone here. As we see him getting ready for the expansion as well, so throwing that command center down. The Reaper across the map will get a probe. Let's see, he's actually up on 2 kills because he got that probe on the right side as well. Could get another one here as well. Wow, ShoWTimE been caught a little bit off guard by this. He actually made a sentry after the Adept, but the reason he's taking damage is because his Adept is across the map dealing damage. So the Adept comes in, kills off the SCV. And that command center is left unfinished here. And honestly, there's nothing else to really defend with. The barracks is building the reactor, so you can't get any units out of here. And this factory is building a Cyclone, so that takes quite a while. So that's a huge delay on the command center. Probably worth a couple of workers, which Cass has been able to pick off with this Reaper so far. As that sentry tries wholeheartedly to kill that Reaper, but the Reaper is able to get away. A couple of extra gates coming down here. Twilight will start up the Blink upgrade, so getting set up in towards Stalker-based mid-game. As you see the Adept now catching the Reaper. Reaper will go down, so that annoyance is going to be shut down here. You see the hallucination in the main. So obviously ShoWTimE going to be able to get some real presence going. With this Blink, we'll get him across the map, and well, so far as well, just has a good setup to deal with this Cyclone too. Actually gets a lot of damage on it. Very nicely done. That's going straight into Stem Factory onto the Widow Mines. I feel like actually Cass's army is going to be really weak. He's going for a Widow Mine drop, so has to kind of hope this does something, because otherwise, if ShoWTimE gets aggressive with some Blink Stalkers, I mean, what is being built? One Marine at a time? Widow Mines aren't the best against Blink Stalkers, because the Stalkers can just wander in and then blink backwards. So, yeah. Looking pretty good at the moment. I feel for ShoWTimE, let's see how this defense goes. 2 Widow Mines going to drop the natural. Stalkers are across the map, and he has got a proxied pylon to warp in from, looking to add more Stalkers into his army. There's the 2 Widow Mines about to drop into the natural. Alright, so there we go. Burrowing up. I mean, ShoWTimE, one of the best players in the world, responds pretty well, pulls his probes away, keeps them safe from those mines. The Stalkers will continue to chase that Medevac away down the left side. Medevac will get out there for a moment. Nexus comes down before the Widow Mine can block it. Nice attempt though. On the other side, the Stalkers get the Cyclone. And again, there's just not many units up. The Widow Mines are trying to get in position, but even if they come down here, I mean, you just blink away from it, and then it's just going to be killed anyways. And now this mineral line is in a lot of trouble. SCV's going down. Medevac is coming back home, but even 2 more Widow Mines aren't really going to help. Siege Tank now on the way. Just the order in which Cass has done things in this game hasn't really helped. And the Medevac gets sniped down by the Stalkers as well. ShoWTimE doesn't even need more Stalkers. 5 Stalkers currently winning him in this game, but the X1s do show up from that proxy pylon. As a Marauder comes out, it will get 1 Stalker. It will not last very long. ShoWTimE just has too much, and Cass will not be able to hold it off. GG. Just a moment. Sorry, just getting something fixed up quickly. Alrighty. Bottom left-hand side, our blue Terran player down a game is Cass, going up against the red Protoss in the top right from Armor Team, ShoWTimE. Bunker does change so much of that, obviously. As we have a gateway dropping down here. And getting ready to go, Pro pulling back up and just again scan for those proxies, but the Rax is actually across the map this time. And ShoWTimE doesn't scout that far out. He came along this way, obviously not far enough to see hidden little barracks over here. So barracks coming down as we see the Cyber X-Core. This is an interesting wall, isn't it? This is to stop the Reaper, I guess, jumping up here and then up there. Wow, that's actually really funky. I mean, very weak to tank pushes though, right? Because suddenly the Cyber Core's in a lot of trouble. The Cyclone can lock on. And obviously that becomes a big issue as well. Probe sees it now. Not only the Vax, but also the factory. Barrack's actually making a reactor right away. Was that a tech lab? No, it is a reactor. So reactor right away. As if this Pro SCV goes down, all of a sudden you can't actually finish off this factory very easily. ShoWTimE not continue to fight it here as it moves position. SCV getting low. And if he stops the factory, that's insane. He's going to get the kill. Factory doesn't finish. So whatever Cass was planning is delayed. Okay, another SCV comes across now. I mean, absolutely necessary. As we're going to be seeing that SCV continue to take some damage. And now dropping the tech lab down on the factory as the probe continues to push this back. Probe facility dropping into the main. As you have the starport also coming in. Proxied as well. Tech lab on the factory. I mean, at this point, probably just a siege tank. Go for a big push. Start siege up. The Adept comes over, though, so the starport has to cancel. So instead of going siege tank, he started the siege tank, then he decides to go Cyclone, maybe because he doesn't have a starport. He isn't really going to have... Kind of needs to go like faster and more aggressively, rather than the tank push with the Liberator, which can come in a bit slower. Everything is just kind of getting picked apart right now. So looking a little bit tough here. As you are going to be seeing Stalker coming out, and, well, I mean, obviously ShoWTimE knows exactly what's up, so his response has been planned a long time ago at this stage. Robo Facility comes down, the Immortal any second here, and then extra gateways as well, so he really will have a whole bunch to be able to deal with this. I'm surprised we don't see a shield battery. There we go, he's going to add it on right now. Shield battery obviously going to help a lot to defend. As you do have the Adept and a couple of Stalkers just hanging out. And as the rest of these units from Cass going to get ready to push. It's not going to be easy. The starport came in back at home. The Liberator is supply blocked. No, Cass! That's a huge issue. I mean, that's a huge delay on the Liberator. Considering it's already going to take forever to fly across the map, delayed even further, that is going to suck. Cyclone lock on to the first Adept. Doesn't even get the kill as the Immortal is going to get the kill on the Cyclone right away. ShoWTimE just says, let's go. Gets the Cyclone, gets the Siege Tank. Now it's only Marines. You can kite those so easily with the Stalkers here. And Cass's army is already falling apart. This entire push is already falling apart. As we're going to be seeing those SC3s coming across to try and help. But they weren't here in time to repair. They weren't here in time to bunker up. We're just going to be seeing the Stalkers and the Immortal continue to fight. I mean, a whole bunch of Marines continuing to go down. There's just no way you make this work. GG. Well played. I mean, kind of a shitty couple of series to end the stream on. I'm not